For TotalEnergies, Cocoa is one of our critical host communities, and for the company is a community where we need to have good working relationship, mutual understanding with the communities. So for us, beyond just having our business in Cocoa, we also need to be able to make our impact felt in the environment. So one of such programs that we implement there is the scholarship scheme for secondary schools.
Honestly, I must confess, over time, the community has been benefiting from this total scheme, and it has been very, very commendable. And I'm sure the communities are happy, the students are happy, and everybody living in the community also.
The Cocoa Scholarship has a very important impact on the community. Now, every year, 6 of their children are given scholarship. And what it means is that if 6 are given scholarship at GSS1, they are going to enjoy it when they are in SS3. That is 6 per year for 6 years. So at any point in time, we'll have 36 students enjoying scholarship in the town. So it's very beneficial to the students in the town.
The positive impact I can say is that with the stipends that the total companies are giving them, using it to pay their school fees, and also using it to buy textbooks. You know, in government schools, they don't pay school fees, but they can use it for textbooks. And with this one for private school, they are still using it to pay part of their school fees.
The Cocoa community is a very close-knit community. They are very little community, not very large. So for us, we've had a very cordial relationship with them. And this scholarship being one of the initiatives we deploy in Cocoa community, definitely we can see they appreciate it. Because when we come to Cocoa to implement the scholarship exams, we see how the students rally around and participate. There are 7 secondary schools in Cocoa, and a scholarship exam goes to the GS1 students. We find out that we have over 103 children participating in even the last one was implemented. So that shows you the interest they have on that program. And then you also see the parents accompanying the children to participate in the scholarship. So for us, we see this as a program that actually benefits them, and we see them appreciating these programs.
I have one job. Today she's a graduate. So she did further in higher institution. She's married anyway. She got this scholarship from a very poor home, from a poor background. But this scholarship helped her out.
Because it's also a scheme where knowledge will be tested. Not just this idea of, oh, let me give you slot. No, this is not slot. They're testing their brain. And I'm sure at the end of the day, the best will come out from this program that we're running.
My name is Destiny Alego. I at secondary school Koko.
My name is Adewoye Esther from B Secondary School.
My name is Okoti Erica from Christian World Model School.
My name is Odawo Shederi Deron. I attend Christ Savior International School, Koko.
It's Obro Joanna Badu. I attend St. Michael Day School.
My name is Joy Gubemi. I attend Where College School, Koko.
My name is Orisha Sandomi, and I attend Baptist High School.
And I want to become a scientist in the future.
I want to be a doctor.
I want to become a doctor in the future.
I like to become a pastor when I grow up.
I would like to become a teacher in the future.
I want to become an engineer in the future.
And I'm not sure what I want to become in the future.
TotalEnergies has sponsored the People Scholarship Program since 2011. And since then to date, we have, on a yearly basis, sponsors that up to date we have trained or sponsoring, but currently benefiting from the scheme is 36 students.
We welcome TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria PLC. The lead career project is a TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria PLC educational program that we hold once in every year. This is the second edition we are holding virtual. This one happens to be a hybrid one. We have about 1,300 students logged on across Nigeria, everywhere. We have over 20 schools in groups, and then we have individuals logged on for this program.
This project is about you. It is about you, the youth. It is about the connection that Total has with education and inclusion, something that we at TotalEnergies pride ourselves as fostering and propelling.
So think of it this way. Your life's mission is what you were sent to do on earth. It's what you were gifted to do on earth. That's your mission. But your profession is what you are trained to do. In other words, that's the thing you should be doing to develop yourself so that you can deliver at the highest level. And your vocation is what you are paid to do, what you are made to do. Your profession is what you are trained to do, and your vocation is what you are paid to do.
And I remember what Mr. Droto said about doing what you like to do instead of what your parents ask you to do or what some people want you to become anyway. A friend of mine who studied English language, studied
Sweet deceit comes calling.
Hello, how are you? Mic holder. What's the name of the guy of Civic Center? Good morning. Okay. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is with pleasure that I welcome you today to the 44th annual general meeting of your great company, TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria PLC. The Before starting our meeting, I would like to tell you something which is a bit personal, but it's with a lot of emotion. You know that I come back here in Nigeria. Maybe some of you know that I was the MD of this company a few years ago, and it's sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, a great pleasure to be back in Nigeria. Thank you very much. The company secretary has confirmed that there is a quorum for. I now the meeting open. Before I will call on the Civic Center to give a safety moment. Good morning, mommies and daddies, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Agif Tejikemegbola. Welcome to the Civic Center. Your safety is our concern. You're presently in the banquet hall of the Civic Center, second floor, and we have 5 exit points. 3 behind you, 1, 2, 3, and 2 before you, 1, 2. Whenever you hear the sound of the alarm system, emergency alarm system, or to ask you to vacate the hall, please kindly make use of any of the exit points. I've made sure that the exit points are cleared of any obstruction. There's nothing blocking the exit points, so you're free to make use of them, any one of them. And when you're leaving, please do not run. That is a mommies, please don't run, don't rush, don't push anybody. Just walk fast through any of the exit points. I'll be here also to coordinate the movement. Please. Yes. So when you move out of any of the exit points, you will get the elevator and the staircase. Please avoid the elevator, the lift. Don't make use of the lift in an emergency situation. Try as much as possible to avoid the lift. Make use of the staircase. The rails by the stairs are meant to maintain your balance. So as you're going down, as you're descending, you can hold the rails to maintain your balance. Now, when you move out of the building, turn left. That left will lead you straight to the assembly point, the one-start point. You wait there for further instruction. Please, while you're here, do not do anything or engage in any act that will endanger the lives of anybody around you. Even if there's water on the floor, please call on me. I'll be out there to dry it up. Please, there are no toilets on the second floor. You can find a toilet on the first floor and on the ground floor. Please. Thank you and enjoy your day. Thank you very much, sir, from the Civic Center for this safety briefing.
Call on Engineer Dare Akinoye of TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria to give the safety moment. Please, Dare.
Morning, Chairman, Board of Directors, Executive Committee. My name is Oludari, so I'll be taking the safety moment this morning. I would be talking briefly on secure improving safety in our places of worship or religious gathering. We would all agree, looking back with to the security events that took place that this is something that we should discuss because it's a thing of public concern. And this morning I'll be very brief, just to highlight few points that we can take home and to our religious centers, to help improve security in those areas. One of the points that we are looking at, or that's been generally agreed on, that could improve security in our place of worship is that we need to carry out risk assessments, security risk assessments of such places in order to be able to evaluate the situation, in those communities and put in place measures to control such gaps. Another thing we can do to improve security in place of worship is to have security committees to review from time to time and security incidences and look at how they got their people. Another option is to improve education. That's enlighten people, carry out workshops from time to time, to educate them on security situations in the country and how they can, work safely. Then lastly, it's also encouraged that barriers and security gadgets like CCTV, scanners can be installed in such places of worship. And lastly, it's important that we all work with the communities. We work with security operatives, government, and corporate organizations to improve security in our environment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Engineer Dare. There are 10 items on the agenda for this meeting requiring several, and you will be asked to consider each resolution. For the purpose that everyone present is able to hear all that is said here today, a roving microphone, amplifying equipment is being used. For the smooth conduct of this meeting, may I request that member to speak should signify by raising his or her admission card in his or her hand. One of the officials will give the microphone to the member. On receiving the microphone, the member should please state his or her name. Also, in order to facilitate the counting of votes, would you please raise your admission vote? Thank you very much. I now introduce the directors and company secretary, starting from my far right-hand side. Engineer Rufai Sirajo. Next to him is Mrs. Leslie Baxter Green. Next to her is Dr. Samba Say, the managing director of your company. My immediate left is Mrs. Bunmi Popola Mordi, the company secretary. You have a lot of supporters, huh? Dr. Jeff Namani. We also have joining us virtually, Ms. Tejiro Ibru, Mrs. Lucille Bader, and Mr. Nubi Ben Hamida. I also introduce members of the company's executive committee. From my left, we have Engineer Muhyiddin Nuruddin, GM HSEQ, Mrs. Adeswa Adewole, GM Human Resources, Mr. Charles Achiomo, Special Advisor to the MD, Mr. Bolaji Fajimi, GM Lubricants, Mr. Rabiu, GM Operations, Mrs. Veruche Nwagbara, GM Commercial, Mr. Abdoulaye Umar, GM Retail and Cards, and Mr. Omotoyo Hassan, our Renewable Explorer. On my far right, we have Mr. Chineme Nwigbo and Mr. James Onobote, representing auditors, KPMG Professional Services, and Mr. Akanji Taiwo, a member of the Statutory Audit Committee, also representing the chairman of the Audit Committee. We also have joining us virtually Mr. Chiwendu Achara. On my far left, we have the registrar, Mr. Ayola Adeola of Cardinal Stone Limited. The Nigerian Exchange Limited is represented by Mrs. Lilian Dako. The Securities and Exchange represented by Mrs. Census Rosemary. And the Financial Reporting Council is represented by Mr. Ignatius. In compliance with the section 301 of the Companies Matter Act 2020, register of directors here for anyone who may wish to inspect it. Also, you will find a disclosure on page 24 of the annual report. Attendance at the board meeting held in the preceding year is available for members' inspection at the meeting. To the business on the agenda, I will call on the company secretary to read the notice of this meeting.
Good morning, distinguished shareholders, members of the board of directors of TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria PLC, esteemed customers and gentlemen of the press, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. May I lend the chairman's voice to what the chairman just said? It is indeed a delight to see all of you. We know how difficult the last 3 years have been, and I can only say I'm very, very happy to see all of you. And thank you very much for honoring us with your presence. We're very grateful. Before I proceed, you know these things, there's some people who have been regulating us who supported us very particularly during the last two AGMs, granting us permission to hold the AGM in a certain way. And I'd like to express my special gratitude to the exchange regulations, my regulators who are here, the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Financial Reporting Council, and the Corporate Affairs Commission represented by Madam Abibat. Thank you very much, Madam. So with your kind permission, I will just quickly read the notice of the meeting. Notice is hereby given that the 44th Annual General Meeting of TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria PLC will hold at the Grand Banquet Hall of the Civic Center, Ozumba Mbadiwe Street, Victoria Island, on this very Thursday, the 16th day of June 2022 at 11 a.m. to transact the following ordinary business. Number one, to lay before members for approval the financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2021 and receive the report of the directors, auditors, and statutory audit committee thereon. Number two, to declare a final dividend. Number three, to re-elect directors. Number four, to appoint directors. Number five, to disclose the remuneration of managers of the company. Number six, to appoint external auditors. Number seven, to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the external auditors. And eight, to elect members of the statutory audit committee. We have two special business at this meeting. The first one will be to fix the remuneration of directors, and the second will be to renew the general mandate for related party transactions. All of this is by order of the board, and there are notes added thereto for your reading in your own time. Thank you very much, Madam.
Thank you very much, Bunmi. My statement has already been circulated to you. And with your kind permission, I would like it to be taken as read. Thank you very much. Since, with your permission, the report of the director has been circulated, we shall also take it as read. I now call on the auditors to read their report. Marley. Which page? Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. All protocols duly. Mr. Chairman, with your kind permission, I would like to read the opinion paragraph and the report on other legal and regulatory requirements. Is that okay, sir? Thank you very much. And may I also request our shareholders that, thank you. Independent Auditors Report. To the shareholders of TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria PLC. Report on the audit of the financial statements. Opinion. We have audited the financial statements of TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria PLC, the company, which comprise the statement of financial position as at 31 December 2001, the statements of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, the statement of changes in equity, the 7th year then ended, and the notes comprising significant accounting policies and other explanatory information. In our opinion, the accompanying financial statement a true and fair view of the financial position of the company as at 2021 and of its financial performance and its cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standards, IFRSs, and in the manner required by the Companies and Allied Matters Act, CAMA, 2020, and the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Act, 2011. I'm on page 35 now to read the report on other legal and regulatory requirements. Compliance with the requirements of Schedule 5 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, CAMA 2020. We have obtained all the information and explanations which to the best of our knowledge and belief were necessary audit. In our opinion, proper books of accounts have been kept by the company, as appears from our examination of those books. The company's statement of financial position and statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income are in agreement with the books of account. The report is signed by my humble self, Chineme Binwibo, FCA, on behalf of KPMG Professional Services, dated 31 March 2022, Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much to KPMG Professional Services. In accordance with Section 404, subsection 4 of the Companies and Allied Matter Act, the Statutory Audit Committee carried out its duties as required on the accounts for the period ended 31st December 2021. I now call on the chairman of the Statutory Audit Committee, represented by Mr. Taiwo, to read the committee's report. Please, Mr. Taiwo.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Board of Directors of TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria PLC, distinguished fellow shareholders of the TotalEnergies Marketing Nigeria PLC, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kashimawo Taiwo. I am standing in for the chairman of the Statutory Audit Committee, Chief Timothy Adesina, who is unavoidably absent. The report I'm giving is on page 31 of the annual report. Report of the Statutory Audit Committee. In compliance with Section 404, subsection 7 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, 2020, we confirmed that we have, 1, received the the scope and planning of the audit requirements. B, reviewed the external auditor's management report for the year ended 31st December 2021, as well as the management response thereon. And C, ascertained that in accounting and reporting policies of the company for the year ended 31st December 2021 are in accordance with the legal requirements and agreed ethical practices. In our opinion, the internal control and the internal audit functions are operating effectively, and the scope and the planning of the audit for the year ended 31st December 2021 were adequate, and management's responses to the auditor's findings are satisfactory. In addition, the scope, planning, and reporting of these financial statements is compliant with the requirements of the International Financial Reporting Standard, IFRS, as adopted by the company. The report was signed by Chief Timothy Adesina on the 29th day of March 2022. Other members of the committees are Mr. C. Ashara, MST Ibru, Engineer R. Sirajo, and my humble self, K. The company secretary, Olubumi Pokuola Modi, served as our secretary. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Taiwo, and thank you very much to the committee for the great work done. The first item on the agenda is to lay before the members in general meeting for the year ended 31st December 2021, report of the directors, auditors, and audit as are contained in the 2021 annual report, copies of which have been available to you at this meeting. You now have the opportunity to ask questions relating to the report statements for the year ended 31st December 2021, together with the report of the auditor thereon, now before the meeting. To ensure we give you the right answer, please refer to the exact page of the reports and financial statements which you... So, Mr. Akinlade, maybe, to start?
The chairman, board members, here present, and my distinguished colleagues, shareholders, good morning.
Morning, sir.
We give glory to God that this year we are able to do an open AGM, unlike the past 2 years. We thank God that we are gradually coming out of COVID-19, and I pray that it will never come back again. We are here. My name is Matthew Akinlade, President, of Nigerian Shareholders Solidarity Association. For Total Energy is a celebration of excellence. Very good and admirable performance. I've had cause to discuss a number of issues with the management in the past on this result. So I will not take your time by going all over it again. But anything that is worth doing at all is worth doing well. In terms of performance, it's amazing that we can make a total turnaround within. And I believe because of the quality of people on board, the management, and the organization. So I congratulate all of you. The top line went up by 67% in a turbulent year, a year that foreign exchange was a big issue and a lot of other economic challenges. So that you are able to navigate that year, very difficult year, is a big plus. Then something I note again is the management of costs, very effective. You see, revenue grew by 7%. Profit before tax grew by 75%. So we were able to manage costs better. And that's why gross profit rose at a higher rate than the increase in revenue. One thing I observe again about Total is our ability to diversify our business, to go to some other areas, solar and all that, not relying on petroleum products. And I'm not surprised. Last year when you were changing your name from Total Petroleum Products to Total Energy, I knew you are broadening portfolio, not to rely on a single product. It is commendable. And I look at on note 6 on page 59, I could see the twist. Petroleum products that was 77% of total revenue in 2020 is just 75% now, despite the increase in revenue. And even lubricants, you are laying more emphasis on it. Previous year it was 23%. The year we are considering is 25%. This make you, for me, from my own personal assessment, you are the foremost energy company in Nigeria, and you are doing well. Another thing I want to commend is being by your dividend payout. Last year, when your performance was so low and all your earning per share was 6 naira 8 kobo, you paid everything out as dividend. Look at dividend this year, 22 naira 20 kobo. If we compare it with last year, it's an awesome 265% increase in dividend payout. Please, whatever you are doing right that make you to do this, let's continue it. What investors are looking forward to is their dividend, the income that comes to them. A lot of us are retirees, and we are depending on, we cannot go and take up any new job. So we are happy you are doing very well indeed. So like I said earlier on, I've had cause to discuss a number of other issues that we noted. I believe strongly TotalEnergies is on the right trajectory, and let's continue that way. I pray for you. You will continue to excel and advance. Congratulations. Maybe, sir. Maybe, sir. Yeah. Please go ahead. Sir with the green. Okay, perfect.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, members of the regulatory authorities, members of the press, my co-shareholder, may I first of all congratulate the company because of all these positive things I noted there as a personal. One, you championed the opening of meetings. In its proxy. So we must congratulate you. Let's clap for them. And two, when you look at safety, you have total rate of incident, so you're highly safety conscious. So it's very noted. Then three, you are committed to renewable energy. 131 of your service stations are already solarized. And for this year, 125 is going to be solarized. So we must congratulate you for that. As my colleague has expressed, you are very dividend friendly. It's not with 22 naira 40 kobo. The key one I see is that you are very confident in this economy. When you are living, you are so confident to make it here. And it looks as if it's shaking, but you came back very big. I must congratulate you for it. Please keep it on. Then I say, when others are struggling with profit, they have huge income, huge revenue, but you won't see at the end. And I will not see page 38 and note 9.1, and you have other income, extra income of 4.478. Please, let's clap for them. They were able to go out of their way to generate extra income. And then when you look at page 67, note 18.1, I can see how you are playing with inventory. And when from the write down of 170.27 million to 72 point, you can see excellent inventory management. I mean, it's excellent. And then look at you will reverse some written down process from 106 as a process. You must keep on for this excellent performance. But just these few ones I just noted, just for consideration, your receivable. Although when you look at the top you have, reports we can still do better. You went from 41.37 billion to 63.97 billion. So let's look at that. Then two, your payable. Well, I know let's make it a win-win situation. So that let's look at the payable too, so that allow customers to get them. Then the last one I want to look at is information technology services. I assume that it's been outsourced from 998 million to 1.27 billion. I just assume that that's on page 58, note 71, that the most have been outsourced. So, but it's quite huge when you're consultancy. So that's the only one I want to notice. Again, please let's congratulate them. Thank you very much, both the board, the management, for every good work. Please keep the good work going. Thank you very much for giving me.
Maybe I can start answering these two questions or comments. First of all, it will be a comment from my side. I'm obviously very happy to hear that the nice words our two shareholders have just said. Company. But you know why we are such a good company? Why your company is such a good company? It's because we have very intelligent shareholders. Because actually, what our two shareholders have just said is a perfect summary of the strategy of the company. In 5 or 10 minutes, they have described quite precisely our strategy, and they have pointed out the key points. We wanted to emphasize, but now it's not necessary because everything is done. So thank you very much for the quality of your comments. And maybe I could mention two points raised by during the last question. You talked about receivables, payables. Actually, I would talk more generally about working capital. And you know, in this very complicated environment, in this very complex world we have now, it's really an objective for us, for the staff of your company, to make sure that we optimize the working capital. So it's quite important to make sure that we reduce our receivables, even if it's extremely complicated in absolute terms, because the unit price of the product has increased. We invoice at a higher price than before because of the high price of the product on the international markets. And this is the reason why it's important to continue to optimize the management of the working capital. This was my first comment on your point on receivables and payables. The second point on IT costs. You're perfectly right. The cost, the IT costs have, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. It's for good reasons, because as you know, IT digital is now key in this new world, and we have also to make sure that even for IT, we make sure that we have a perfect systems, and this has a cost. Every day, better in terms of IT management, in terms of IT system, in order to make sure that we render the best and the safest service to our customers. So this is the reason why we decided to improve our IT systems. And unfortunately, it has a cost, but I think it's a cost which has overall a value for your company. Thank you very much. On this side. Extreme right, please, on my extreme right hand side. Morning, sir.
Good morning. My name is Badebo Olatokumbo. I stand on the existing protocol. On page 6, I just want to re-echo it. It's stated there, the profit, the margin in which the profit increase is extremely high. How you did the magic, I don't know. I won't want you to tell me because I won't want others to steal that idea from you. But I will want you to keep that magic up. If you do, we'll clap for you next time. Page 11. On this page, Mr. Chairman, on that page 11, the conclusion, you made a statement there, and the statement attracted my attention. I will want just a brief on what you mean, what you can disclose that won't affect whatever plan you have so that others don't steal your idea. Page 59. Page 59. Note 10. Expenses by nature. Line 4, staff costs. There was an increase there. And we need some explanation on the increase. Down that page, there's this bad debts that is going up. You see, like the first speaker said, we have many retirees here. We don't have any work again. I'm available. If you give me the job, you will be glad. Page 86. On page 6, the last line there, arise my curiosity. If we did a share increase last almost 20 years ago, then when last did we even consider bonus? And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk on COVID-19. COVID-19 has come and gone, but from observation, and I'm so candid about what I'm about to say, COVID-19 has a positive side for the corporate world. In terms of savings, I won't want us to let that go with COVID-19. Areas that we are not open to, COVID-19 brought about. I was discussing with some people last week, and they said most meetings in the so-called in the higher world, where we called the superpowers, were virtual meeting. I can be a director, maybe I'm in Germany. You don't have to transport me down here. It's safe cost. Those areas in which we notice that we're able to save costs during COVID-19, please, we should imbibe them and don't let them go with COVID-19. Thank you very much.
So I would like a lady to ask a question. So, Madam, on my left-hand side. Madam.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for balancing the gender equality. Thank you very much. My name is Alaja Ayodele Kudaisi of Independent Shareholders Association of Nigeria. I actually want to, like the other earlier speakers, I want to commend the account of today. Not that, despite all the odds, not only we have some dividends during the course of the, some interim during the course of the year, and today again, we are expecting something in the neighborhood of 18,000 naira plus. I think they 18 naira plus. I think they deserve a round of applause. Won't you be happy to take that home? Yeah, Mr. Chairman, on the pertinent question, the removal of subsidy is something they've been toying about all along. It's going to happen today, it's going to happen tomorrow. What is our action and the event impact this will have on us when eventually the subsidy is removed? Again, Mr. Chairman, I want to thank us I have a whole booklet of unclaimed dividends given to us at the entrance as we were coming in. And I know they have it on the portals of the registrars as well as on the company's website too. But I'm seeing it as not being enough. I think because it's so voluminous and I can imagine the quantum of money involved in the unclaimed dividends. And federal government's money, every time they come up with all manners of trick to take this money. So I think we should, because there are a lot of the owners of this money, they have relocated to their homestead, after long service in Lagos and all this stuff. So I want us to see what we can do to move this money nearer to the people. And what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that between the company and the registrars, let them see what they can do to take all these monies to the beneficiary in their geographical zones. Be organized if well discussed, so that because like person that has small dividend to collect, you can't expect me to come from Port Harcourt or wherever because of this small money. I think, and some of them cannot even move, they are so old. So I think we should do something on that. So to make the figures very unattractive to the government, it is very, very important. On page 24, Mr. Chairman, I want to commend especially the audit committee membership for the attendance at their meetings. None of them miss any meeting at all. And equally, I want to enjoin directors too, and I want to commend them too. They try. There are one or two that are absent. I don't know. I think with apologies. So they should take the meeting very seriously. It is very, very important. On page on the page where we have the contingent liability. On the page where we have the contingent liabilities, page 71.
Sorry, madam, which page? Sorry.
71, page 71, where we have the contingent liability. Yes, we have something, 1.something trillion. And we said our experts that work on those contingent liabilities said there's nothing to worry about. To me, this figure is so huge and it worries me. So I don't know how we're going to do about it. Whatever step that we need to take to make sure that these things do not go out of hand, we should be abreast of those steps to make sure that we take them. It is very, very important. As the chairman, the last speaker actually mentioned something about bonus. And I think I want to lend my voice to his voice that we should, it's been long, we are long overdue for bonus. So the new SEC rule now says on issue shares. So when you go to that region, please, you have to and remember us with a very good bonus. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Adaja. So what I suggest is that we will take two last questions. The woman, Madam, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for giving me this opportunity. My name is Mrs. E.O. Obidei, National Coordinator of Hark of God Shareholder Association.
Mrs. what?
Mr. Chairman, today's meeting is a welcome idea. You are one of those that one should invest on because you are doing a great job. Let's clap for them. At this terrible time that you pay us, the last speaker, maybe supply what she will collect. That's why she was saying 18,000. We are tired, but we are not tired. This is the place we should reap the fruit of our labor. When you are giving us dividend, we thought you want to leave the capital market, not knowing that you have something good for us. I really appreciate the board. And seeing this board, looking at them, I know they are people of better, different caliber that will make us to go a greater height. You are the fourth company this year that will do open meeting. We really appreciate. You gave us food, not only food, the three, they gave us food, but the other thing under it, they did not give us. This is raining season. You remember there will be mosquito, there will be flies. Like me, I'm living in the bush. You know I'm living in the bush. This fleet will help me a lot. Let's clap for them once again. Oh, a lot. Set people, back to you. All we are saying, free shareholder. All we are saying, free shareholder. This fleet, we are using it to market our products, our company, our product. And you are depriving us from it. Like me, you know I'm tired, I'm retired, but I'm not tired. Free shareholder. Please free also, because now we have taken something that will kill mosquito for us.
I will give you the
Page 18. Your donation.
And you will start with this one. You answer this one and then.
Your donation, page 18. I really appreciate the way you donate to different areas. There is nobody that doesn't gain from TotalEnergies. Because when I look at that page 18, I really commend the
Thank you very
board
much, madam.
and the staff. My greeting goes back to the staff, both the junior staff, the senior staff, and the management. God will oppose you. Because if you don't give us this dividend to other colleagues, other shareholders, please, let's invest on Total. In the next 4 or 5 years, we'll be receiving more. And if we invest on it, Amajoko Sile, my general money. It will not be like when we are eating food. So we will eat before the baby come and after the baby come. Total is a place I employ other shareholders.
Thank you very much, madam.
When you collect your dividend, return it back to Total. Back of Total. Let's into a greater height. Thank the board. I thank the board and I thank other shareholders that look at the number of shareholders that are here. We have about 9 meetings today, and we leave that to come to Total. You know you're a great people, and you will be great in your life in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much, Madam Obidei. So we'll take a question. Which one? On this one. Please, sir.
Thank you very much.
Sir,
Attention, please. Thank you.
If you could ask a short question, please. Huh?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Please, Prince.
The name is Prince Dr. Anthony Omoni Omojola, the current national coordinator in Nigeria. Much has been said, and I join myself and members of my association to commend the company for outstanding performance. whereas it's usual of us, we have given a comprehensive review of the account to the management for them to also can improve on so many areas. But I need to mention in passing that, first of all, we appreciate the efforts of the management in giving us this unclaimed dividend booklet. So shareholders, it has cost the company a lot of money to print this. Please let us endeavor to go through this list so that we can react and get to the register. And of course, when you see your friend's name inside, you should be able to contact the friend and tell them to go and claim their money. That is very, very important. Yes. On page 82, on employment, I know there's just a net difference of 2. But I want to urge the company, as we are moving up and performing very well, we are looking into the companies as a source of reducing the employment rate in the society. So please help the young ones, help us out. Of course, on the board, we appreciate those members that has worked very well in the past and are retired. I don't need to mention their names. And we welcome on board specially Dr. Sheye. I call you by our local name, called Sheye, who has moved very significantly. If you look at his profile, the guy has been moving like this and climbing up. Well, the sky is the limit anyway. We appreciate your profile. The profile is very, very good. We also want you to move the company up during your tenure. And of course, Mr. Torre, I think we've given you a chieftaincy title when you were around last time. Or if not, I will ask Chief Akinlade to recommend you for a chieftaincy title. He's been our former managing director, and he's back with us to come and be the chairman. So during this time, when the company is doing very well, we appreciate you more. So continue to coordinate the board. God will help all of us. Yes, the other aspect I want to mention is, I think it's page 59. Many people have mentioned some aspect. But I look at diversification generally. Yeah, when you diversify, there are a lot of synergy into some untapped areas, which is what the company is enjoying mostly now. Because if you see the leap, we're talking of 333%. 333% leap in the earnings and those other income. It's fantastic. So I want you to diversify more, look into those areas, and bring them out and let the company enjoy. Like I said, I leave myself to the earlier speakers, and of course, since the company appreciate what we have sent to them, please look into those records fully and take advantage of it. God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Prince. So, at this stage, I would like to try to answer the question which were asked. So about the questions of Mr. Badebo about the very strong increase of the profit of your company. So there's no magic. It is just the result, the yield of the work of the staff of management of the company, of the board of the company, with the strong support of the shareholders. As long as we will have all this, I'm sure that your company will continue to be successful, even in very tough environment, as it is still now, even if the COVID is more or less over. On energy transition, it has already been said, Total has become TotalEnergies, and it's clearly for us to demonstrate that we want to diversify our activities. And in this country, we will focus mainly on solar business. We have already started. We have already some successes, but we will keep pushing because definitely this is the future. We need to make sure that your company will continue to be successful in the future, and solar is one of the energy of the future, amongst others. Bad debts, I agree, the bad debts have increased, but not that much. If I remember well, it was 1.6 billion naira last year. It 2020, it's 20 billion this year. It's an increase, but you know the price of the product has also increased. So it means that in percentage of the turnover, actually, the bad debt are relative figures. So, and it's also a clear demonstration of the strong, the committed work of the staff, because it's obviously never easy to collect the money, especially in very, very complicated environment like now, where everybody is suffering because of the economic crisis. But I do think that the colleagues have done quite well also in terms of bad debt management. Mrs. Alaja talked about subsidies. It's not the role of my role and the role of the company to comment on the strategy of the government, of the politic of the government. But what is important for us is to make sure that at least we will be in position to import the product our customer needs, and this is key. This is what we have to make sure. And unfortunately, as you all know, in the current environment, because the price in the international markets are higher than the price we can sell in this country, it's extremely complicated for us to import, and it's not always possible to meet the needs, the requirements of our customers. Then we had questions from Mrs. Obidei and other questions from Mrs. Aladaja relating to unclaimed dividends, contingent liabilities. And I propose our company secretary, Mrs. Bunmi Popola Mordi, to answer these questions because she's the expert on this topic. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen again. Esteemed Chairman, dividend, Alaja, I take on board your suggestion for having a regional exercise. I think it's quite a good one. And it's something that I would have to look at we would have to look at with the registrars and also with our colleagues, because this is not peculiar to TotalEnergies alone. So maybe it would be an ideal thing for us as company secretaries to come together and do this on regional basis, as you have suggested. So we will take it on board. I'll take it back to my fellow company secretaries as well, and we can look at coming together to do something. But of course, we've been very active at TotalEnergies. If you go on our website and just with the click of a button, you can pretty much find if your name is on there. On the contingent liability, I would like to state that I'll go to the contingent liability. I'd state very clearly that these are indeed very spurious allegations, legal litigation that would go nowhere at the end of the day. So this we have done not just as myself, as lead general counsel in-house. We've done this in conjunction with our external solicitor, the conclusion that these are just spurious allegations that will not materialize. So there will be contingent liabilities that will cease to exist at a point in time. Thank you very much. And then Mrs. Obidei, this one I'm responding to your comment around the rules of the regulators, the securities, our esteemed regulator, the Securities and Exchange Commission. What you have received today is not a gift. No, it is a sample product of your company. Now gifts at this AGM. It's not gifts. No, they are your company products. So you take home your products, you use it. If you like it, you recommend it to the next person. I did not give iron. I did not give towel. We gave insecticide.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bunmi, for the very clear and it seems very appreciated answers. Dear shareholders, thank you very much for the very interesting and good questions. The very good and interesting questions you raised. It was for us to hear the you made on the management of the company. And I think at this junction, I would like us once again to clap for the staff of the company for the excellent work done last year. So I think now we can progress. The report and financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2021 have been laid and members have made comments and notations. We move to the next matter on the agenda. Second business of the day is to declare a final dividend. I think it's an important one. I hereby move that a final dividend of 18 naira 20 kobo per share in respect of the year ended 31st December 2021, as recommended by the director, is hereby payable on Friday, 17th June 2022 to all holders of ordinary shares whose name appear in the register of members at close of business on the 22nd of April 2022, subject to the deduction of withholding tax at the rate applicable on the date of payment. Please rise and second this motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Jibuno Godfrey Uche, National Coordinator, Youth Alliance Shareholder Association, National Youth Leader. I hereby second that motion.
Thank you. Will those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their admission cards in their right hands? Will anyone objecting to the motion please signify by raising his admission card in his right hand? I declare that the motion has been duly carried. Thank you very much. The next item on our agenda is the re-election of retiring directors. In accordance with the section 285, subsection 2 of the Companies and Allied Matter Act 2020, and articles 90, 91, and 92 of the company's articles of association, Engineer Rufai Sirajo, Ms. Tejiro Ibru, and Mrs. Lu, retired by rotation and being eligible, offer themselves for re-election. Please note that Ms. Ibru and Mrs. Bader are both online. We shall proceed to the re-election of the retiring director by one. Consequently, I hereby move the motion that Engineer Rufai be re-elected a director of the company. Will someone please rise and second this motion?
My name is Mrs. Bisi Adediba. I rise to second that motion.
Thank you, Madam. I now put the motion to the meeting. Will those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their admission card in their hands? Everybody? Okay. Will anyone object? No. Consequently, I hear that that engineer Sirajo has been duly, no, sorry, I declare that the motion carried. I'm lost. Where is it? Congratulations, engineer. Which one? Yeah, but I'm lost in this thing. Chairman, please signify any motion. Consequently, no, sorry. I move the motion that Ms. Tejiro Ibru be re-elected as the director of the company. Will someone please write to second this motion?
I so do, Mr. Chairman. My name is Esther Funke Augustine. I so second.
Thank you very much. The motion to the meeting. Will those in favor please signify by raising their admission card in their right hands? Anyone objecting to the motion signify by raising his admission card on his hand. Nobody. I hereby declare the motion has been duly carried and Ms. Tejiro Ibru be and is hereby re-elected as the director of the company. Congratulations to Ms. Ibru. Thank you very much. I hereby move the motion that Mrs. Lucille Bader be re-elected as a director of the company. Will someone please rise and second this motion?
I so do. Yemiton Fasasi second that motion.
Thank you, sir. I now put the motion to the meeting. Will those in favor of this motion please signify by raising? Very good. Will anyone objecting to the motion signify by raising his admission card? Nobody. I hereby declare the married and Mrs. Lucille Bader be elected as the director of the company. Congratulations to Mrs. Bader and thank you very much. Where is it? Okay. On behalf of the Engineer Sirajo.
Engineer Sirajo, sir.
Good afternoon, shareholders. On behalf of the directors, I thank you for the confidence reposed in us. We'll continue to do our best to move our great company forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Engineer. The next is the appointment of directors. I am one of the directors standing for ratification of appointment. Therefore, I will ask Engineer Sirajo to handle this part of the proceedings.
Thank you for the as the acting chairman, in accordance with section 247 subsection 2 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act and Article 94 of the Companies Article of Association, Dr. Samba Seye, Mr. Nubi Ben Hamida, and Mr. Jean-Philippe Torres, being directors appointed since the last annual general meeting, hereby retire and being eligible to offer themselves for re-election. We shall proceed with the re-election of the retiring directors one by one. First, we have Dr. Samba Seye. I hereby move that Dr. Seye, director, retiring by rotation, be and is hereby re-elected a director of the company. Will someone please rise and second the motion?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Mrs. Igbasomi Bukola. Motion.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions before the motion is put into the meeting? I now put the motion to the meeting. Will those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their admission cards in their right hands? Will anyone objecting to the motion please signify raising? Okay. I hereby declare that the motion has been carried, duly carried. Thank you. Congratulations, MD. Okay. Next, we have Mr. Nubi Ben Hamida. Please note that Mr. Ben Hamida line. I hereby move that Mr. Ben Hamida, a director retiring by rotation, be and is hereby elected as a director of the company. Please rise and second this motion.
Thank you, my interim chairman.
Thank you.
I, Prince Awosaya, JAO, all the way from Remo constituency. I so second. I so second.
Thank you. Will someone please rise and second this motion? Everybody. Are there any questions before the motion put to the meeting? Before the motion to the meeting, will those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their admission cards in their right hands? Okay. Will anyone objecting to the motion please signify by raising their admission card? Okay. I hereby declare that the motion has been carried. And Mr. Nubi is sending his regards, please. Next, we have Mr. Jean-Philippe Torres. I hereby move that Mr. Jean-Philippe Torres, a director retiring by rotation, be and is hereby re-elected a director of the company. Will someone please rise and second this motion?
I, Wahab Ajani, I rise to second the motion.
Are there any questions before the motion is put to the meeting? I now put the motion to the meeting. Will those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their admission cards in their right hands? Will anyone objecting to the motion please admission card in their right hand? They are absent. I hereby declare that the motion has been carried. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Philip Torres.
Thank you very much, Engineer Joe. The next item on the agenda is to disclose the remuneration of managers of the company. Report in accordance with sections 257 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. I hereby disclose that the remuneration of managers of the company can be found on the page 82 of the annual report. So I give you a moment to analyze what is written on the page 82. The next business of the day is to appoint auditors. Ms. PMG Professional Services have tendered resignation and will cease to act as auditors at the end of the 2021 annual general meeting. I want to use this medium to appreciate the firm of Mr. KPMG's Professional Services for the services provided to your company over years and wish them the board is recommending that the audit firm of PW be appointed as our auditors of our company. I move the motion for the appointment of PwC as external auditors to the company. Please rise and second this motion.
My name is Kola Wale Durojai. I second the motion that PwC, the auditors of our company. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Will someone please signify by raising the admission card in their right hands? Anyone objecting to the motion by raising their admission card? I hereby declare the motion has been duly carried. The next business of the day is to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of auditors. Under Section 408, subsection 1B of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, that the companies in general meeting or in such manner as the company in general meeting may determine. I hereby propose that the directors be and are hereby authorized to fix and approve the remuneration and expense of the auditors ending December 31st, 2022. Will someone please rise and second this motion?
The name is Abayomi Adebayo, the National Coordinator for Passionate Shouted. I rise to second that motion because your performance this year has been so excellent. So all your results, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, sir. Will those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their admission cards in their right hands? Will anyone objecting to the motion please signify by raising his admission card in his right hand? I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. The next business of the day is the election of the members of the Statutory Audit Committee as provided for in of the Companies and Allied Matters Act. May I thank members of the Audit Committee for their services in respect of the last year's accounts for the 20 financial year. 22, it should be. Sorry. In respect of the last year's accounts, the 2021 financial year, the members were Mr. Akanji K. Taiwo, Chief Timothy Adesian, Mr. Chiwendu Achara, Ms. Tejiro Ibru, and Engineer Rufai Sirajo. Your board has appointed the following two directors to serve on the Audit Committee for the financial year ending 31st December 2022. Ms. Tejiro Ibru and Engineer Rufai Sirajo. The company secretary received 3 valid nominations from the shareholders within the stipulated period, and the nominees are Mr. Akanji Taiwo, nominated by Chief Oguntoye Olusegun David. We can clap for him. Chief Timothy Adesian, nominated by Mr. Akinlade. and Mr. Chinwendu Achara, nominated by Mr. Igbrude Moses. Since there are only 3 valid nominees within the stipulated period, I propose that the election of the 3 members be by a single resolution. If you so agree, will somebody rise and move the motion?
My name is Gani Kudrat Motunrayo. I move the motion, sir. I second the motion.
Move.
My name is Gani Kudrat Motunrayo. I move the motion.
Thank you very much. Will someone please rise and second this motion?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The name is Tohir Folonsho Ismaila. I second the motion.
Thank you very much, sir. I now put the motion before the meeting. Will those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their admission card? Will anyone objecting to the motion please signify by raising their admission card? I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. Thank you very much. I now move that Mr. Chief Timothy Adesian and Mr. Chinwendu Achara be and are elected to serve on the Audit Committee until the next annual general meeting. Will someone please rise and second this motion?
I so second. Amusa Hussaini. I so second. Amusa Hussaini Aaron Adekunle.
Thank you very much. I now put the motion to the meeting. Will those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their admission card? Will anyone objecting to the motion please signify by raising their admission card? I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried and that Mr. Akanji Taiwo, Chief Timothy Adesian, and Mr. Chinwendu Achara are duly elected to serve to the Audit Committee with Ms. Tejiro Ibru and Engineer Rufai Sirajo. Congratulations to them. Agenda of the day is to declare and fix the remuneration of the directors. In accordance with Section 293, subsection 1 of the Company and Allied Matter Act 2020, and Article 77 of the Article of Association of the Company, I hereby propose that the remuneration of the director in respect of the year 2022 be and is hereby fixed at 1 million naira per director. Will someone please rise and second this
I
motion?
so second. Oduemi Odufemi is my name.
Thank you very much, sir. Will those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their admission card? Will anyone objecting to the motion please signify by raising their admission card? The motion has been duly carried. The next business of the agenda is to consider, and if so fit, pass the following resolution. That, subject to the post-listing rules of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, namely the rules governing the transactions with related parties or interested person, a general mandate hereby given for the company to enter into recurrent related party or interested party transaction, provided such transactions are of a revenue or trading nature or necessary for the company's day-to-day operations, and that the directors be and are hereby authorized to complete and do all such acts and things, including executing all such documents as may be required to give effect to the transaction as authorized by this ordinary resolution. Will someone please rise and second this motion?
I so do second the motion. I, Mr. Ajayi Oluwafemi Philip.
Thank you
Thank
very
you, Mr.
much,
Chairman.
sir. Will those in favor of this motion please signify by raising their admission card? Will anyone objecting to the motion please signify by raising his admission card? I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this meeting. In conclusion, I sincerely, on behalf of the board, for attending this meeting and for showing so much interest in this affair. I am grateful for your patience, contribution, and advice to the company. I wish you all a safe journey to your various destinations and look forward to a better year, even better year ahead for our company. Thank you very much once again for your presence, and I hereby now declare the meeting closed. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, sir.
We need to bring actually this closer to that.
Thank you very much, all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Thank you. My sister.
It's them here.
Fine, thank you. Hello.
We have several projects that we have undertaken.